Temporary Podcast, episode 13, recorded on March 23rd, 2014.
You did that beautifully.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody, to the Temporary Podcast, episode 13. We've been doing this for 13 times. That is correct. Actually, more than 13 times. It's really weird how we've been numbering these episodes. Anyways, but how are you all doing today? We have a nice podcast room of 8 people today. Unfortunately, Alex could not be with us. He died inside a tragic deep fryer incident. No, but I wouldn't be surprised. I love you. I love you. In case you watch this, no. He has work, so that's a good thing for him.
This is a good thing.
Yes, Deanna also has work amongst our other podcast friends who cannot be with us this evening. Carolyn is inside New York. Anyways, let's move on swiftly to our introductions. As always, it's the Steph who is purple.
Did you say swiftly and swiftly?
Yes. Redundantly and redundantly, that it's purple Steph.
Hey.
Yes, how are you? Hi.
We're both purple
hello,
today.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing my radio shirt.
Yes.
It makes me really happy.
Those teeth, man.
Yeah. So how are you today?
I'm tired.
Oh, why are you tired?
I've been packing my whole apartment.
That's good.
Yeah.
Getting good work done.
Yeah.
That's
I
excellent.
get stuff done. And I'm full of Dominoes.
Oh, very good. Okay, so Slade, we're like, okay, we need to go for like pre-podcast dinner. Let's go right now. So we're like rushing out the door, and we're like, okay, Steph, you come with us. She's like, Domino's is on the way. We're like,
Frustration.
Well, she said she's full of Dominoes. I
That's
actually
what I
pictured her
picked up.
eating actual Dominoes.
I'm full of Dominoes right
so
now.
what gaming have you been up to this week, Steph? Oh, I've been playing Domino's.
I've been playing Tetris with moving boxes.
Oh,
Well played.
Okay.
excellent. No phone games that you've been up to lately?
No.
No.
It's
Nope.
Twitter a game.
Twitter is a game, yes. Twitter is a game that you must win. You get all the favorites and retweets, and then you win.
Well, then I
And then you continue on with your life and get more tweets, and more favorites and retweets.
Yeah, well. Nothing else as interesting has been going on. You should talk to that guy because he's probably more interesting.
I have somebody here who is second podcast, or third?
This is my second.
Second? Okay. It's Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hi.
How are you today,
It's
Scott?
Scott.
I'm doing okay.
You're not okay. You're happy.
What have you been up to, Mr. Scott?
Honestly, I have not been up to that much.
Can you like scoot forward, Scott? I feel like I'm disconnected from you. No, you don't back up. You're fine. Okay, it's good. A little bit more, Scott.
I can't. There's a leg. There's a table leg.
Okay.
There's a leg.
Talk to me.
Alright, well, yes. I actually haven't been doing very much. I've been really focused on some stuff going on in my personal life and haven't had a lot of time to do much.
You've been doing some gaming, I'm sure, though.
A little bit.
You playing some Magic.
It's true. I have been playing some Magic the Gathering.
Indeed, we had Magic Night on
And-
Saturday night.
Indeed.
There's
And
Magic Gathering.
honestly, for the video gaming content that I've been doing, I've just been playing Minecraft.
Do some Wind
That
Waker.
face.
Yeah, getting the Minecraft done.
Yeah.
So everything going good at work? Having fun?
Yeah, it is. It's good. Looking forward to spring break coming up soon. So that's gonna be good.
When's that? Is that after or before Easter?
That is before Easter.
Are you going to do
okay.
anything crazy and go wild and go to Miami and...
No, I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm going up to Ontario.
Ooh, I know why.
For more clues, please investigate the Twitters. All right.
How to Twitter?
Like I said, Twitter's a game. Now it's a maze. Next up, Jim is here.
Hi.
What have you been up to, Jim? With your beautiful iPad? Like this guy is overpowered right now with his podcasting equipment.
This is
No.
this is intense.
Don't
Wait
touch it.
until he does his
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
I've still been playing Titanfall.
Titanfall. Have you been doing any more Rocksmith? We haven't heard about Rocksmith in a while.
Occasionally, I've been picking up some more songs.
Excellent. What was that giggle, Scott? I'm spooked.
Nothing.
That's about it.
All right.
Nothing much.
Work going good?
Yep.
Excellent. Jaron is here.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey.
Hi.
Wait,
hey,
Jared's
hey,
here?
hey,
Hi,
hey,
Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Hey,
Hi, Jared.
Hey. Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hey,
Hi,
hello.
hello.
Hey,
Oh,
hello.
thank you. Yeah, I have my nerd shirt
Can
on.
I-
Got my pocket protector.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
It's like the pens are almost real.
I know they're almost real. Sometimes I grab for them.
The TARDIS is here.
The doctor.
Hello. Yes, I am on my last hours of spring break.
Oh.
So this is
This is
going out with a bang. my friends all here.
Friends. Friends.
And so yeah, been
Well
playing
then.
Minecraft, lots of Minecraft.
Minecraft's the game. Yes, I can
and
confirm.
I'm still waiting in anticipation for Goat Simulator and other goofy games that I look forward to playing.
You sold me on that game when you said you can stick out your tongue
And
and
grab
just like
things.
grab things.
Yeah.
I need it now.
It's gonna be so stupid.
I was told that you were on spring break, so I can't say how's school going. But how's spring break been? Anything exciting?
It was great. No,
You just
I
like
don't-
sleep?
I don't do much. No, normally I'm a little bit more productive at college.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. Hi.
so like I'm in my room and I'm in the basement at home.
Yeah.
And there are no windows. So
I
so, like,
good.
I like waking up
Good.
early in the morning and it's like, oh hey, good morning. It's probably like 6. Oh no, it's 1 a.m.
Good.
1 a.m.
Good.
1 in the afternoon. PM.
I've,
1
I
p.m.
have good news. We
Awful.
have windows in here, but we have blocked them off so that you can't. see.
Windows are awful.
Yeah, during Zeldathon, people like Zeldathon Lives it was. People legitimately got lost in terms of what time it was in here because all the windows were obscured and people like legitimately like were like, okay, it's 11 p.m. No, a.m. Oh, they just completely lost track of time because the windows were obscured, and that is how I like it.
Loss of time.
It's either work time or sleep time.
Set.
Brooke is here.
Hi.
What have you been up to, Brooke?
Well, I disappeared for like 16 hours.
Yeah, I was trying to get oh yesterday. I was like, it's Magic the Gathering time, but you were inside a coma.
Yes. Well, I died. I had
Nice.
use a rest stone, pretty good.
Okay,
But
that's a reference.
I've been playing Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 2. Oh,
Mega Man.
I was like, I'll try the speedrun thing. Yeah, no.
yeah.
And then I've been playing some Titanfall. Getting frustrated waiting for the patch.
Yes.
And playing Magic with MC and
Yeah, we
some
played.
Scott. We played some.
Yeah, you played Scott
We'll play
today.
later, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played early this week.
Yep.
Excellent. Hopefully, we're gonna actually have a scheduled Magic Saturday night. Like I think like every other Saturday night or something.
We should do that, yeah.
Like we're gonna figure it out so we can just like stream it every other Saturday night.
I feel like I need to get into this magic thing, but I'm scared.
Don't worry, it's easy.
It's okay. It just,
Liz recently
it's just
really
a gigantic
learned.
money
I
ball.
learned like a week ago. It's really quite simple.
It's not scary. Is it?
No, it's not spooky at all. I mean, some of the illustrations there was men flying into black holes. Correct?
Yes.
It was spooky.
It's all right.
Spooky
Oh, yeah.
card
But
art.
the black. The,
Oh yeah, Merciless Eviction, where you
Yeah.
had a field and then no more field.
Yeah. It,
just-
was sad.
sounds
I was
very-
gonna win.
Very
You were at 7, and I was just like,
It's not as complex as you think. Like there's a lot of like little things, but like it's all on the cards. As long as you can read, you can play. Can you read?
What?
Can you read?
Yes.
How many letters am I holding?
What does
up?
that say?
letters.
Oh no.
I'm sorry if I'm being
I
mean.
am educated and I can read. Yes.
Excellent, wonderful.
I did forget one thing.
Whoa.
A Link Between Worlds. I'm finally investing my time in learning it.
Yes, for speedruns.
So I have learned the speedrun up through Eastern Palace.
Yes, the first
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yes. So
Yes.
I am moving on to the second dungeon.
House of Gales.
Oh, what have you
Yes.
done this week?
Followed by Tower of Hera.
I
Tower
like
Hera.
that.
Then Hyrule Castle and
I was
etc.
sitting actually so comfy.
Yes.
Very
The
good.
Thieves Hideout,
I just feel
etc.
your
Skullwoods.
Yes.
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 Dark Palace is
Great.
actually between. Okay.
It's just amazing.
Lizardy was here. We're getting some chatter. Lizardy was here.
That was a lot.
Hi.
Yes, how are you?
Hello.
I'm okay.
What have you been up to this week?
Not a whole lot.
Being number one mom of
We
the world.
the kids were sick, and so
Oh, no good.
yeah, that's pretty much been my week.
Oh.
That and recuperating by watching endless hours of Doctor Who and then going to bed.
Yeah.
You did come over last night though for Magic because
Yes.
you were like I gotta get out of this house. Too much sick kids and all this. You gotta take a break.
Too much moisture.
A sabbatical.
We took the boys to see the Lego movie yesterday, so I finally got to see the Lego movie.
Oh, yes,
it's a very good movie. Everything is
It was adorable.
Everything is awesome.
Adorable.
You know that song reminds me of Jaren so much. That everything is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's just like Jaren's song.
It was
What,
a lot
what did
of
we say at
songs.
dinner?
This is my jam.
We said that
Oh, I
at
wish.
dinner, Jaren is the dog from Up.
Duh.
He's a dog.
Hi, I just
Duh.
met you, and I
And
love
I-
you. Squirrel.
I know he's so many characters.
It's
He's
so on
Olaf
cue.
and
Dude, he's everything. I
It's
just.
everything.
You're talking in the third person now. You realize.
Whoa.
Andy is here.
I am here.
Well stated, my friend. What have you been up to this week?
I played more Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Still
Did you
haven't beat it.
that?
No, not yet.
We're gonna clap for you when you're done.
That's gonna be a
You gotta
nice
get there.
golf
You
clap.
gotta get there.
I think I'm starting to get close to the end though.
Yeah.
How far are you in? Like, where are you at right now?
Slow clap.
I just met the big AI lady.
AI lady.
Okay, you're getting there.
Yeah.
You're getting there. You're
And I finally invested in the Typhoon upgrade.
So why have you not done that earlier?
Well, it didn't click, and then she, I fought her like 4 times. I kept dying, so I was like, fully upgrade, and killed her in like 3 shots.
Exactly.
I don't think I played any Thief. I played a little bit of. I played a little bit of Tomb Raider.
Liz is like has a notebook. I'm sure she's like played 4 hours a day of sex.
Can I make a note?
Did
What's
not
that?
clean
You're wearing
kitchen.
your Steelers hoodie again.
I haven't worn it in a
Yes,
while.
I know.
I have
There's-
to admit
there's
that.
a one-
I can see this week. I can see this week. What are you?
Oh,
It's holy.
Throw it out. Throw
What
it
are
out.
you
Throw it out.
doing with those elbows?
MC Gamer and podcast crew for Steelers burning ceremony.
See, I mean, you need to pay
Hashtag
We'll
attention.
put classy patches on it.
Played more of Link Between Worlds.
Good. How's that going? Oh, you see your second playthrough.
I just got to the rule and beat the Thieves' Den or whatever you want to call it.
Thieves Hideout.
Thieves Hideout.
Correct.
And that's pretty much it.
Yes.
Yes.
What have you done, MC?
I don't know.
He's been being
I've been working on my Jackson Brody impression all week. It's been great. Wow, I'm gonna play accordion now.
You've been working on a special.
You busted
feature.
out.
I got
Accordion
okay.
right there.
Me and Scott today. Like, can we get some team? Like, hey, put your hand in. Put your hand. Not you.
Oh.
Hoorah! No, the team has been invaded, and I am concerned. No, me and Scott today. We were last night. We saw a video that I did a long time ago, and I was like, wow, that was
How
really-
long ago was it? 6 years?
6 years ago.
Six
And I was,
years ago.
and I was very inspired by it. Me and Scott were both very inspired by it. So we did something today, and you'll be seeing that very soon.
It's good.
It was amazing.
I don't want to say that I'll do a live premiere tonight, but
It's really
Oh,
there.
we should.
at the end of the podcast.
Oh, we
yes,
should.
you should.
We
Okay,
should.
okay.
You don't want to
We
promise
should.
it, but it's definitely
I
happening.
don't want to promise it, but
I
at the
don't want
end
to
of
make any promises, but it will be premiering.
Yeah, and it'll go up on my YouTube channel shortly after. Shortly after.
You
I
should
mean
show.
tomorrow.
Are you gonna show the original one at all?
You're so easily persuaded.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I-
Like
we
maybe,
should
maybe,
show that
maybe for
second.
the live version.
Maybe I'll premiere it like when the YouTube version comes out.
True.
There you
So
go.
people have a chance to let it sink in. All right. Oh yeah, that. You don't know about what it is, Vika.
Yeah, there's no one who knows about this.
Except for this
Besides
room.
us.
This room is like.
Besides these-
we on lockdown.
Except for those two. Those two don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You
yeah.
guys don't know what you're
And
talking
Jim.
about.
Okay, anyway, so we got
We
some.
don't
So other than that, I played a little. I played some
It's okay.
Pixelmon. I did a wonderful cinematic episode of Pixelmon.
It's good.
With Dyer, Chad, Whipper, and Ruben and Terrace. It was a great little collaboration we did. We spent a lot of time on it. It's been a couple weeks coming, so people are like. You know, it was really cool. I was like, usually whenever I put out an episode that's been like a few weeks, people are like, it took you long enough, but today, or not today, but this time they were like, wow, I can see why this took a long time. Keep them up. Take your time, MC. And I'm like, yes, quality over quantity. Good, audience. You realize the power. All right. Other than that, I haven't done much gaming. Oh, I improved my Link Between Worlds speedrun time to 2 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah!
36-minute improvement.
36-minute
That is
improvement.
impressive.
What's the world record?
1 hour 52 minutes was set yesterday by Shadowlink with some numbers after it that I don't remember.
Some numbers actually.
So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get that sub 2 soon, and then we're going in for world record.
The grind.
Maybe. We gotta see how good we can
It's
get.
the grind.
Other than that, I haven't done much gaming. A little bit of Minecraft. That's about it. All right, moving on to news time. It's your favorite segment. You all know it.
Oh, Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo.
I was holding it.
Oh, were you?
I was holding it.
You were supporting the weight of the entire title,
Yes.
You were supporting the weight of all of Nintendo?
all of the logo,
That's a pretty heavy font text face.
every single pixel, boldly.
There was so much
Nerd humor. All right, let's move on to what Miyamoto did this week.
Typeface.
Miyamoto was very busy this week. He, no doubt, in addition to supervising many games that we don't care about, he went on Miiverse to officially announce that the year of Luigi is now over, everybody.
I have a comment about that,
Yes,
actually.
yes,
Death Battle just did Luigi versus Tails,
yes.
and Luigi lost.
Good for
and,
him.
and they said, I guess the year of Luigi is over.
And it is.
Aw.
It is. So it is. And it was, the prophecy came true.
Thus ends the year.
So, how do you guys feel about how this whole thing went? Like how Nintendo was like, hey, we're going to have a year of Luigi. Like, would you think that it would be good to have like a year of blank in the future? What do you guys think?
I think it's a good concept, but I just don't care about Luigi enough, man.
Yeah.
That's my only comment.
You're a Peach or
Like if it was the year of Super Smash Brothers, I'd be down with that.
Well, that's technically already this year because they're releasing an update every day about that.
yeah, they better hurry up.
We've had more information about Super Smash Bros. Come out in this past year than we've had about Luigi.
Right?
Well, it's like they released a bunch of games just with Luigi's face.
Yeah. I mean, we had Dr. Luigi, which was just Dr. Mario with
Reskin.
palette swap.
A taller person.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to go. That's Luigi in a nutshell. That's all Mario is. Only instead of multiple swirlies on his mustache, he only has 2. I drew Mario a lot back when I was 12.
I think it'd be cool to do like a year of something. if
Year
it's,
of the
like,
Yoshi.
a less popular character. I mean, like Luigi's a pretty primal character.
He's not popular.
Like,
But that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
what would be the point of doing like year of
The Toad.
year of Slippy Toad?
Year of the
Oh,
Let's bring it back to Toads.
No,
No.
way.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants that.
He
Star
wants to
Fox
burn
isn't a
it.
long enough running series to do that.
It's been going
It's
since
3 games.
You know what?
But you say the
There's
year. I
only
mean,
3
but
games.
Luigi's been
And
around
one of them
since the
wasn't
birth
really
of
Star
Nintendo.
Fox.
So.
Yeah.
I like him.
No.
Star Fox, not so much.
Adventures.
I mean, you say,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
why don't we
That's
have a
fine.
year of Zelda? But we've already had that with the 25th anniversary year. That was like a ton.
But it's just-
they had a freaking symphony tour. They had
Yeah.
they had Skyward Sword release. They
But
had
we
all
can do
this
that
stuff.
again. It's
There were
fine.
2
We're fine with
Oh
it.
yeah, 30th anniversary's coming up, right? Let's do it.
I want a
Have
year
some
of
fun.
Samus.
It's coming up in
Year of the what?
Year of Samus.
You're
I like
Samus,
that
you're
idea.
Mega
That would be
Man.
3
Yeah.
more years here.
They haven't
3 more
released
years? Are you sure?
Metroid games.
Yeah, 2012.
Well,
I want
Right?
an actual
2 more
sequel
years, then.
to.
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I'll be
64.
28 this year.
That'd be
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna ever.
So
do
you're
that.
3 years older than Zelda?
Barrel
Or
roll.
No,
Those are
I'm
free.
the same age.
I will remember that
That's
for
nuts and
all of
bolts.
time.
It was put into.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at math.
It was.
Mossies and I were both born
It's true,
the
it doesn't
October
exist.
It makes
of
sense.
the
But
year
there's
that
so
Zelda
much.
came out.
It makes sense
so
now.
Got
sweet.
put
Excellent,
inside
wonderful.
game from-
There is sidebar conversation. It is distracting for our microphone. Let us move on to the next question about this. How do you guys feel about Luigi after this year, Luigi? Do you think your opinion has improved, stayed the same, or gotten worse about Luigi?
Just go back to Luigi's Mansion, please.
Well, we had Luigi's Mansion too.
I know, but he can stay there.
What?
He can stay there. He doesn't have to come back. I don't like
Oh,
Luigi.
you're saying he stays inside the mansion?
Yeah. I don't like
There was a
I
year
like
of Luigi.
Luigi.
Put
There was
Luigi
a
in
year-
there.
but did the year Luigi
Pretty much,
improve your
yeah.
opinion of Luigi?
No.
I
Well, like, do you think you remember Luigi more this year than you did last year?
no, I don't think so.
You don't think it actually did anything?
I think Luigi is a sweetheart, but I don't
He
think
gets
the year
shafted too much
the year,
and
the year of
whatever.
Luigi was just kind of like. What? They just like say it's the year of Luigi and then like put his face
Year
on
of
it.
Yoshi,
I
that
don't
would've been
I don't
awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it changed how I think about him.
I'm
feel
with
about
Jim
him.
on this.
What's that?
There was a year of the Luigi.
I bought exactly 0 games with Luigi in them.
I bought
last
Luigi's
year.
Mansion Dark Moon. I didn't even beat it
Me
because
and
I was
Jim
like,
really
I was
like
very
it too
bored by the
much.
game. It wasn't Luigi's Mansion. Like to me, it was a much different game. Like everything seemed like it was like split into levels. It's like, can't I just play this game for like a long time and not have to look at score screens and all this? Like it just felt it felt so segmented. Like I'd play for 5 minutes and I'd have to wait 5 minutes, play 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes. It just felt really bad. I didn't like the game.
So the year of Ganon, though.
Yes,
He's Ganon
Yeah.
from Wind Waker.
They should
Ganon
make
from the Wind
Well,
Waker.
well, like I was mentioning this to
Super
Senor
Mario
Scott or earlier.
Senor Scott.
We haven't had a game starring starring Ganon as the main villain of a Zelda game since Twilight Princess in
Yeah.
2006.
It's been quite some time.
It has been longer than the video I made. It has
It's-
been 8 years. 8 years since
It's
we've
time
had,
to
and
get back to
Ganon's
basics.
8 out of the 25 years, or 27, 28, 28. 28.
28 this year.
Yeah. So yes, 8 out of the 28 years. Like that's a terrible percentage of Ganon years. We need more Ganon years, as it were.
We need all the Ganon.
Moving swiftly along, we have another topic.
Swiftly.
Swiftly. We have the free-to-play movie came out from Valve this week, and it features a bunch of three Dota gamers. What's Dota stand for?
Defense of the Ancients.
And you said you hated that game. See, you know it. All right, thank you.
He knows it.
And it's a documentary about them chasing a $1.6 million prize inside professional esports with the first international Dota competition that recently came out. And I'm pretty impressed by it. I'm really excited that we're seeing more video game style documentaries. Of course, we had the indie game documentary. What was that called? Was it just called Indie Game?
I think
The
so.
movie or something?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we had this one, and there was the recent Smash Bros. Documentary. I'm still in the middle watching that. You haven't seen it?
just died. And
Yo, we are watching that tonight. You're gonna have to start it over.
We'll see.
We
All right.
found out what we're doing post.
We have to do it.
post podcast.
We have so many post podcast things.
Post podcast.
So, what do you guys think about this whole free to play movie thing? You guys on board with like how do you feel about esports in general? Like,
I think it's finally got its recognition. Finally, like all around, like because there's always like it was either like your first person shooter or your fighting game, and it was mainly first person shooter. Like when esports kind of went into it because everyone's like Call of Duty, oh my goodness.
Right.
But now it's all these strategy like
StarCrafts, the Dota, the
things
LoLs.
like that. I mean, StarCraft's always been huge, but StarCraft 2 and then Dota and LoL they kind of pushed esports, and I think it's cool that it's finally recognized as a sport all around, and there's huge cash prizes.
$1.6 million to the top
That's a
player.
lot.
That's crazy.
That's for one person.
I mean, like
Yeah.
normal, like StarCraft 2, like prizes normally don't top over like 50,000, like ever.
And that's one tournament. Like
Yeah.
one tournament. Win one tournament, get $1.6 million.
I would
Like-
do it.
And Dota's not even
Yeah,
like
yeah. You want to play Dota?
toppest game.
No, but can I just have the money?
No,
It
that's.
doesn't work.
Is it a
that
public?
way.
I wish
is
it
it a
did.
public tournament?
What?
Like, could I enter if I wanted to?
I'm
or-
well. I'm sure there's what are they
I'm
called?
assuming like a
It's
bracket.
circuits,
system.
Qualifying
Um,
matches and whatnot.
Circuits, pools, and things of that sort to get down.
Preliminary.
You'd have to qualify.
Well, preliminaries. That's a good. That's a good way to
We're
put
gonna
it.
learn how to play some
Word.
Dota.
I think the whole idea of it being a documentary, though, is really cool. Because from what I've heard, even if you don't play Dota, if you don't like esports, it's a really great watch if you're a gamer in general. Because it shows because like it or not, we're all gamers here, and gamers are like the entire gaming community is one. We have to kind of like watch
Be
what
there
we're
for it.
doing, you
One
know?
of us.
Yeah.
Google Gobble.
You and me, we may be sitting in this room. We might play the occasional iPhone game, Tetris with our boxes. You know, we might play our Titanfalls. We might play whatever. We might play a little bit of Link Between Worlds, or whatever you said you played, Minecraft. But you know,
Boring.
Whatever you play.
That game that
we're as
Show
much
it
as
to me.
gamers as the guys who are winning $1.6 million in a Dota tournament.
We're a family.
That's correct. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
I have received affection and I appreciate it. Moving swiftly along.
swiftly.
We have a story from our friend Dark Red Name. Jaren, right? Or wait,
Is that you?
is that
He's
supposed to be you,
colorblind.
Liz?
Colorblind,
How dare
I am
you
not
use
quite
colors?
sure.
Who is South Korea?
No, it's not Scott. Who is
Nope.
it?
Who put in the South Korean University story?
I did.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Did nobody put in this story?
Someone put that
That
in the
wasn't
chat.
me.
I kind of read the article, so.
Oh,
Okay.
By all
All right.
means, Jaren.
All right. Well, I heard that. Okay. Well, this is actually pretty much all I got from the article. South Korean University. There's a South Korean university that is now accepting gamers as like student athletes. And if you guys don't
Oh, that's
know,
really cool.
in South Korea, that's actually the place in the world where they have the fastest internet. I actually have a friend who's from South Korea, and they have like gamer cafes and stuff where you go in, like you can use like super cool gaming computers and like rent them out and stuff and use them. Like it's really really crazy over there.
Right.
Why aren't we
So,
funding this?
Now there's a university that's actually going to accept students that play games as like competitively, obviously like not-
What does student athlete count as? Like their tuition is paid because
like
of that?
like if they're part of like esports like kind of like how like a person that plays football or soccer or anything.
represents their
And
university.
they can get like scholarships and stuff on that.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
It'd be like that except for esports, which is really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's only South Korea. It'd be nice in America too.
So
but-
we're in the era that video games can get you scholarships.
Well,
You
it's
can get
been like
somewhere
that with
with
But the big question: can you get a letter jacket for playing games? Like, you know,
I lettered in StarCraft.
Yes.
I
No,
wanted in
I
a
was-
Link Between Worlds.
I was
That'd be fun.
actually a lettered Division I NCAA athlete at my college.
What does that mean?
It means that I
You
did
use
really-
letters.
It means he wrestled good.
Wrestle
You
good?
wrestle good.
No, I did
wasn't
do wrestling.
good.
I did not do
You
wrestling
told me before you wrestled.
in high school.
Okay.
In college, I actually I shot rifle.
Ooh.
So
Wait, rifles?
That escalated.
Yep.
rifles.
Counts as sports, but
yes,
gaming doesn't count as sports here in
actually
America yet? I
common
sense a
common
problem.
misconception. It's actually a very athletic event. You have
No,
to
no,
do
no,
a
no.
lot
I'm
of
not saying it's
training.
not athletic. I'm just saying
Like
Well, watch the Olympics,
it's not like a team sport, like
cross-country.
so.
We live in a
We
place
did
where
a
people
lot
like
of running.
guns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, yes, I'm sure you guys compete in teams, but it's not as much of a team sport as you would consider. You know, like a.
Oh no, it's a very
Basketball.
it's a very individual competition.
Yeah.
Your score is added all together at the end for the school, but yeah, it's very individual. But yeah, I think it would. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to have like a video game team on for your
Yeah.
school.
Well,
Yeah.
you figure because
I'm going back to
got
college.
gaming as national sports there, so they'd be the first to do this. So it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
You may notice I said going back to college. If you didn't realize, I majored inside small letters, lowercase letters, as they're commonly known, when I went to college. So I can read messages that aren't in all caps. So remember that when you type in chat. That's an ongoing
I was
joke.
gonna say, I was like, you're saying going back to college. I'm like, did you? You
Yeah, I went for lowercase letters,
Okay.
small letters, in case you're unfamiliar.
Well, I went for big letters, so.
Big letters. Fantastic. So
I went
we
with
can read
both.
all
I
that?
went with just at the beginning. Of
Oh no, I minored in uppercase.
Okay, you minored just at the beginning of sentences, and
This is going
Wait,
right
I-
over my head.
And-
I
and-
apologize.
I,
He
You see,
he had a
I learned
side
all
class.
about how to read sentences that don't have 5 exclamation points at the end. It's a wonderful skill to have inside the world of Twitch broadcasting.
did you minor in that, there, and there?
Correct.
Did,
Okay, good.
Was
You
your
are-
extracurricular
you are
activity
there.
punctuation?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Moving on, we have a story from Andy today.
Yes.
Okay.
Gameplay images have been leaked for this fall's two Assassin's Creed games.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
But there was only one.
No,
Okay.
One, two.
Assassin's Creed
Yeah, I know.
Unity,
We
and I
don't
don't
know
know what the other
count.
one is.
What was that? Say that again.
One of them is Assassin's Creed Unity, and I don't know what the other one is.
Would it be
It's,
Assassin's Creed 5?
I assume
Or is
so.
it 2 expansions?
I'm
Like-
not really sure.
Like, are we seeing like an Assassin's Creed 4
I'll
2 or?
I'll read a little bit of the article. One of this fall's big Assassin's Creed games, called or codenamed Unity, is set at least partly in 18th century Paris, according to early leaked screenshots obtained by Kotaku. There was actually an official teaser trailer released. I don't know if it came before or after these screenshots were leaked.
But
They-
it might have forced Ubisoft's hand, kind of like.
Yeah, so it kind of really reflected the opening cinematic from the original Assassin's Creed, where you see Altair standing on the tower with the bell and the execution going on.
Right, right.
It was kind of like that, only this time it was a guillotine.
Guillotine.
And the new assassin standing and watching. So,
Man, about that vocab mess up, I bet you're feeling a little guiltotine.
puns on puns.
Oh goodness.
But no, Assassin's Creed, that's really cool. I recently bought 3 because, as you know, me and Alex have been complaining for like weeks on the podcast, weeks and weeks and months, how we haven't beat Assassin's Creed 3 yet. So we're going to beat that, go to 4. And apparently we're going to see 5. I'm guessing, Unity is definitely a code name because it's probably like... Unity is an engine, but people wouldn't code that in it. They would be doing something more like Unreal, I'm guessing. I'm not
I
sure.
played 10 minutes of the first one, and
Yeah, I actually don't know.
I couldn't get into it.
Unity is a 5-letter word.
I might just be crazy.
Half-Life
I don't know
5
what engine-
conformed.
Triangles are nice, too.
Conformed. You're such a conformist.
I haven't been able to finish Assassin's Creed 3. I was talking to you about this earlier. Assassin's Creed 3 is the one game on my PC that constantly crashes and has problems.
That's why I forgot.
I bought it through Steam. I launch it through Steam, and all my drivers are always up to date. All my other games play flawlessly. I have a GTX 680.
You know what it is? Abstergo hacked your laptop.
It could be.
It's the Illuminati.
My laptop?
Or computer, whatever.
That's what to say.
The PC.
See,
That'd
anyway,
be, that'd be quite a feat, getting a
They
GTX
hacked
680
your
inside
computer
a
and made it a
laptop.
laptop.
You can do
and then
it.
hack that too.
No wonder it doesn't run well anymore.
So this guy just sits down on his
You gotta use
laptop and it
Norton.
just has a built-in stand because the graphics card that he's installed on just floating with this high up.
You can connect the graphics card via USB.
Via. I love that you say.
USB 1.
But via is a
Much
word.
faster.
I say,
or via.
I say via.
Via.
Anyway.
He says
Whatever.
via.
Potato.
What
You know how
what
it is.
happens?
Sorry.
What happens with the game?
Swiftly, yes.
What happens with the game is that it works perfectly fine for about 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden, whenever there's a transition to like a cutscene or something, or from a cutscene to gameplay, the game will be like, yeah, you know how these were really nicely defined polygons before? No, they're going to be triangles now. And then it's like, hey, you know how you had lots of nice colors? Yeah, it's going to be green and purple now. Oh, and you know how these were actually characters? Yeah, they're going to become frightening things with popping out eyeballs and teeth all over the place. And it happens every 45 minutes,
You
and
know
I
what
can't
that
fix
sounds
it.
like? The beginning to a really good creepy pasta.
I know it's a spooky.
Yeah, it's
spaghetti.
called Scott Gets Upset and Doesn't Finish Assassin's Creed 3.
All right, we need to move on to our next news story, which comes from Liz. Liz, would you like to read it all about?
Yay! The remaster HD release in North America of OW, Final Fantasy X and X-2.
I never heard
I've
of
never
Ow, Final
heard of it.
Fantasy.
I've never heard of it
Is this
either.
new? Is this like the
What happened?
Orange Wool edition? Ow.
What happened?
All right, continue.
She fought the laptop and the laptop won.
The laptop gains 30 experience points.
It's
And
really-
games.
It levels.
All right, sorry, Liz, you may continue.
The two games are available together on one Blu-ray disc for the PS3 version, and the Vita versions are not sold individually as originally stated. Instead, only FF10 has a physical release and includes the download code for 10.2.
That's silly.
It's not coming out
But
on
of course
PS4.
it's... No.
That sucks.
They're
But
probably
of course
gonna do a
it's swappable
marketplace.
back and forth between the PS3 and the Vita.
So the Vita comes with like cards, right? Like the Vita has memory cards.
Yeah.
So why couldn't they include 10.2 on like a second memory card? Maybe it couldn't fit. I don't know. I just think that's strange. Continue. I'm sorry.
Download code. The
Also-
games contain improved maps and character models and textures and improved lighting, shadowing, and the movies, the FMVs are rendered in high definition. They added new trophies and they remastered and remixed all of the soundtrack. So, and they added some side quests and bonus missions and a new 30-minute audio drama at the end credits with a new cast and character voices.
30-minute audio drama. My body is ready.
It's
Negatives,
actually really good. The game is
Negative.
the lip syncing is still
bad.
terrible.
So did they try to lip sync it, or do they do it for fun? He's like,
No, I mean it's still FF10.
no. Well, I'm not familiar. Like, are they trying to like sync the voices at all? Like, or are they humorously doing it? Like how you know inside Zelda how people go, and then the words appear at the bottom. Like they're not supposed to be actually like mouthing the words. Like are the characters of Final Fantasy mouthing the words and just isn't synced or?
Is it like the
Kind
old
of.
Japanese movies?
Is it like Sonic Adventure 2?
It's a Eastern port. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I
it's an
figure.
Eastern port. It's Japanese
I-
port.
I love
It
the
always
syncing job in
happens.
Sonic
Ah,
Adventure
okay,
I mean,
2.
okay.
It's
yeah,
so
if they
good.
have like
It's-
the dubbing issues, like
Yeah, they've always had dubbing issues with
Mhm.
any of the Final Fantasy.
Like the
When they do mouths, it's kind of always been bad. But I don't know. I watched it. I played a bit of it. Blitzball's worth it. If anyone played 10, Blitzball HD is fun. That's
Some
the only
of
reason I
the-
love 10.
Some of the add-ons were good. Some of the bonus missions were worth it, but most of them and the end game 30-minute drama were kind of poorly done and not really worth.
So like, would you say that it's better like getting 10 like the HD version, or is it like a lesser version than the original?
Well, still get the HD
It's
version
better.
because
It's better.
Yeah.
and the other thing is, will this sell better than Final Fantasy 13?
Which is the online one?
No, 13
That's
was
the one that was on
Lightning.
Steam, right?
no 13.
Oh, like the lightning
Yeah.
returns.
Yeah, with Lightning. I think it's definitely going to because
Yeah.
it's a nostalgia game.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
It's
exactly.
10 was fun. 10 was great. It's hard to find 10 anymore, and it doesn't play correctly ever on like the PS3. So you have to find it for PS2, and I think it's going to sell just because it's a nostalgia trip.
Scott, since
Yes.
Andy, you have a laptop. Could you look up sales data for the Wind Waker HD as compared to A Link Between Worlds? I want to see if the HD, like the nostalgia overrides the newness inside terms of Zelda games, since they're pretty recently released. So we'll get Andy on that as we talk about our next subject.
It might not be a good comparison overall because the 3DS costs less than the Wii U.
Well, let's find out sales numbers, like in general. Do you want to go ahead, Jaron?
Yep. All right. So the next topic is one that for me, like tech gadgets and stuff are.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, the name of the Temporary Podcast is
Gadgets.
Gaming Gadgets and Geekery.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going to bring the gadgets in on this.
So the gadgets.
gadgets.
This week they announced Android Wear. Okay, so basically this is now Android officially supports like mobile, like not mobile phones and stuff, but like watches. So now they've actually released like an SDK where developers can actually make smartwatches, and it's awesome. Like I was blown away. I have a Pebble smartwatch, and this is by far the best smartwatch that's out there on the market right now. Long battery life. It's awesome. And so they have new smartwatches now, and it's just brilliant looking. Like they have, seemingly they haven't released a lot of final details about it yet, but like they announced the Moto 360, and the Moto 360 it'll tie with any Android phone. Eventually, I'm assuming it'll come to like you'll be able to use that with an iPhone or something. And it's like kind of like Google Now. If any of you guys know what Google Now is, it's kind of like kind of swipe to remove, but it pulls up relevant information. So like a lot of the previews they showed, like if you're walking somewhere, like it'll like slide up like little notifications for you, and if you get texts and stuff. But the cool thing is like the Moto 360 is actually round. So like it's a round screen, like completely round screen.
Oh, very
and
nice.
There's almost no bezel, and it's all touch screen.
Oh, wonderful.
And from what we've seen in like pictures and stuff, it doesn't look like there's any ports at all, like any charging ports or anything. So I'm assuming they're probably doing like inductive charging or something, which makes me think that they're going to have a lot of waterproof stuff, which is like really cool because.
Well, can you explain inductive charging for this one?
Inductive charging, it'd be like the Qi chargers. I don't know, like there's a lot of little pads. It's basically where you put like your phone down on like a little pad and it'll charge.
Oh, right, okay. So instead you just say your smartwatch down.
Yeah. So you put you put your watch down and it'll like charge up, which is really cool because then there's no holes for water to get through or anything.
Right.
So and from what they showed like some little previews, they haven't showed a lot of details, but it's really cool because it seems like they'll be able to have like microphones and stuff, and like it's like one of the things was like, oh, it seems like you're dancing. Do you want to know what this song is? And like it like kind of like suggests like and it like so it'll like track your motion if you're dancing or like it thinks you're dancing or whatever. It'll like track. It'll like kind of listen to the song. And it'll tell you what the song is.
So
right away.
if you're at a party, you fall downstairs. We'll be like, you are currently dancing
to this song?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely interested in seeing how a lot of it plays out, but. It looks awesome.
I've noticed you falling down the steps. Would you like me to call an ambulance?
But like in all honesty, stuff like that, like that's possible. I mean,
like we could out replace Life Alert, but for
Got the sales data for Wind Waker and
by all means.
Let's see. The Wind Waker HD has been out since October, and it's sold 5.86 million units.
Okay.
A Link Between Worlds. Well. This is as of February 1st.
Okay.
A Link Between Worlds has managed to sell no less than 2.18 million copies in less than 2 months.
Okay, and Wind Waker HD and Link Between Worlds, they came out, of course, like a month between each other. So I mean that's pretty fair. Like even if you add another million, they're still not even close. So I still think that tells a lot.
We are talking about different time scales.
Hey.
Though.
Yeah, but only by a month. And the 3DS is a much cheaper system, so it definitely
When did
shows.
Between Worlds come out again?
November and October is when the Wind Waker HD came out. It was less than a month time between them coming out, and there's a difference of like about 3 million, over 3 million.
That's interesting.
And the Wii U was a much more expensive console. The part of that is they both had console tie-in releases, like pack-in releases.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting to me.
I bought mine as a package.
Well, that's
I bought the
kind of
Wii.
interesting.
It
I was
was
kind of
worth it.
thinking about that. I would have anticipated
The Link Between Worlds selling more, but
it's a new
that's
title.
what I'm saying
It's also
is
cheaper.
But that's why I'm
overall.
saying why 10.2 is going to sell more than 13 because it's not a new game. It's a game that people know. It's something that's nostalgia. People know it's a good game. They're going to buy it. That's what I'm saying. People might even buy a Vita for it if they want to play it on the go. I think that's a definite possibility.
Yeah, I'm just really curious about that data though. But I think what it could be is that it's a mobile title, or it's not a mobile title. It's a handheld title that kind of has the reputation of being less of a game, even though that's probably not true. Compared to console games, that's kind of the perception that some people have. So maybe that's why it didn't sell as well. And of course, Wind Waker is known as being a phenomenal game. So
One of like the best in people's opinion.
oh yeah, so
Because the overworld is fantastic. Like
yeah.
you can't. It's fantastic.
Huh?
I'm waiting for the next subject.
Oh, the next subject is about BioShock. Yeah, you like
Very
BioShock.
good.
Would you like to read all about that, Scott?
Yes, that one is mine. So this is an article that I found on The Verge that was posted on the 21st. Ken Levine, who is the creator of BioShock, he wants to make a game that has an infinitely replayable story to it. Those are his words. So what he wants to do is he wants to set up a game that is technically complex, where the characters' stories evolve as the game goes on. And so there's no set script. Like, for example, you would have a whole bunch of main characters, and he envisions the game being, as you interact with them, you figure out what these characters' motivations are, what their likes and dislikes are, and as the game goes forward, based on what you start doing with some of the characters, that starts breeding conflict within the game. So it wouldn't be so much that there's like a set villain or a plot. The plot would be unfolding as you play based on your choices, and the villain of the game would develop from this group of characters whose traits are known.
However, this sounds like it would be a difficult game to, like, say, I 100% complete it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there would be no 100% completion. That's the whole point. It's like an infinitely
So
replayable.
it would be like the Walking Dead game, but like different.
It would be a
It's
lot
based-
more
it's
complex.
complex, but it's based on your choices.
So it's
Yeah,
exactly
there
like
would be
Animal
no
Crossing
plot.
then?
It would be kind of.
So it's
but,
like Fallout and all those
But
games
more,
with
yeah.
side character development.
but there's still those plot points
Yeah,
that always
which is
happen.
understandable.
You're
This
excited
would
about
be
this,
that.
aren't you?
It's kind of like a sandbox with a plot.
Exactly, because the article
I like
mentions
sandboxes.
Minecraft and other games like that,
Fable would make
where
sense.
players are invested in the game as it's being developed and stuff like that. And so his main point was that as games are being developed and people know about them, you typically know about a game quite a bit by the time it's fully released.
Right.
It's kind of
So
like a Mass
he's saying
Effect
that
after
that
Fall.
most of the things that happen with the plot of video games these days is the big surprise, the payoff comes in revealing this thing, this twist about a character that you probably already know about, and then when you play through the game again, there's no surprise to it. So it's just like,
Like,
Well, it's
I
like-
mean, okay, you want to talk about like a twist?
I beg to differ.
Mass Effect has
BioShock
those
Infinite
twists.
was quite a twist. Just saying.
well, the
Well,
thing
that's what I'm
is,
saying.
the second time you play through it, you
You
know
know.
about it.
Yeah.
What he's saying is that the plot
could be
the second
different.
time you play through would probably be totally different, even if you tried to replicate the story you created last
So it's
time.
like different climaxes each time.
That's gonna be a huge game. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be really massive.
It's only an idea.
So
he says.
mature
So,
over there.
What do you guys what do you guys think about that in
Yes.
terms of like this massive, infinitely connected
Yes.
plot that is built as you go along in the game?
I
Yes,
love
it's
plots in
exciting.
games. I like stories, and so if I have a way, like if the game built around this idea is solid enough, like I don't want to be like as much as I love stories, I don't want to sacrifice gameplay just so we can have this infinitely playable story. I hope they have a good system in place, like inside a good like. It doesn't matter how good your story is inside an RPG. If you don't have a good battle system, nobody's going to want to play your RPG. So that's what I'm worried about. I would love to see platform. Like, why do RPGs have to be the ones that involve around stories? Like, I want to see more games that have these type of ideas that aren't just RPGs. Like, I don't want to see an RPG out of them. Like, I like there's first person shooters that have some. Zelda's a good example of an adventure game, an action game that has it. Mario does not have a story. I think it'd be cool to have a really nice platform that had a really great story. Like Cave Story is an example. That's a platformer like shooter style. So yeah, I want things like that happen. But
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to comment on is Rusio Arthur, he said, yeah, it'd be hard to have infinite voice acting without using a GC voice. I'd like to point out that there are some really fantastic games out there that are made in the modern era that have no voice acting. I actually prefer games in which there is no voice acting and there's just text.
in addition, something to consider is the advancement inside voice replication software,
Yep.
like Vocaloid, for example. Like imagine if we got really professional like ones to do that to be able to generate,
well, like,
and like if you can type it, we can have the entire thing. Like, of course, it would have to be previewed,
Yeah.
but like it's a lot less time consuming to preview 1 million audio files than it is to
Exactly.
than to record 1 million because that requires different vocal takes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And of course, you have to have inflection and stuff, but it would be. I think it would be a lot better.
I don't
Wow.
like text reading.
Really?
Too much reading.
I prefer
I just
it.
like to
I-
play. I don't like to read.
I think
whole
the game's
thing.
gonna
I
be.
read
not-
faster than it's acted out. So
I think the game's gonna be
prefer
good.
Text.
but I think there's going to be aspects of the game that are going to falter. And I think the first release is going to be, they're going to realize, okay, we did too much on the whole story thing and not enough on battle system or something like that. I think they're not going to hit a home run immediately. But I feel once this concept's released, it'll usher in a new era of...
If they even do it.
Yeah.
He's just talking about his ideas.
Like,
for
if
the
he does
future.
this, I feel like the first one will come out and it's not going to be a huge grasp for everyone. Because it's like, there's a couple of games that, like, weren't a huge hit, like Alan Wake. Like, no one got the game when it first came out.
Alan Wake.
And then a couple of years later, when it went on sale, like, it became a cult classic.
Oh, yeah.
Instantly. And then Remedy doesn't want to do the game. It was a fantastic game, but no one got the concept, and no one liked it at first. And I think that's what might happen. That's just me, but new concepts in games are always scary.
Yeah.
But
I
they
think-
could be recording. They could be rewarding.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I've seen a lot of trends recently in video game development where the developers say that they're really focusing on the story and everything, but a lot of the times I see games like that and I really I start playing them and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess the story's cool, but the game just isn't fun to play.
Right.
There needs to be that balance.
Yeah.
Like for me, like a game like Banjo-Tooie is so fun and so replayable and everything, but the story is like really thin compared to a lot of games that are coming out these days. So I don't know. For me, it's one of those things where I don't want it to be a trade-off. I want really good gameplay and
That's what's hard anymore, like, because it's either one or the other, and then EA.
Yeah.
Not like what I'm thinking about.
So,
All right, we do need to move on to viewer questions. So, our first question does come in from Parker Zastra, who asks, when did we start playing games? So, who here remembers the first time playing a game? All right, Andy, what was your first
Original
experience?
Super Mario when I was, 3 years old?
3 years old.
At my
Ooh,
grandma's house.
excellent, excellent. So who else had the hand raised? Brooke, what's up?
growing up, my parents got a PlayStation when they came out, and my dad got Resident Evil, and it scared me, and then the next day
How
I
old
played.
were you?
I can't even remember. It's when they first, because it was in the tall boxes too. Like, everyone's like, oh, jewel cases. And, like, PlayStation had the tall boxes. The card, I was like 4 or 5. I was pretty young, but games scared me. And then I started memorizing everything, and I played it by myself, and I still got scared.
Excellent. Jaren, what do we got?
Oh, well, when I was younger, I was like searching through the attic and I found my parents for their wedding had gotten a Sega Genesis, and so I was like, whoa, what is this thing? So I asked my dad, and he's like, oh, I played that like once or twice. My dad doesn't game, so I plugged it in. Like, I started playing it, and became quickly one of my favorite games ever, Sonic the Hedgehog 2
It's so
on
good.
Sega Genesis, and it was awesome. My brother and I ended up
How old were
playing.
you then?
He was 5, 6, 6
Yeah.
or 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
five,
That's when
5
I
to
had the
7.
awesome feet.
Oh,
and
and
the
it was just
spin.
so fastic. It's fantastic.
Fun.
I said fastic. Fantastic. Like, what?
You're using a lot
It was
of
so
F
great.
words.
Yeah, I just loved it. Dual player, battle. It was. I played it with my brother. I mean, it was awesome.
I was trying to come up with a joke about fasting, and it wasn't even coming together.
I didn't eat at all when I played that game.
Yeah! Jim, did you have your hand raised?
No, but I'll answer. My first game was probably, I think it was Super Mario 3 for the NES.
That game was crazy.
Yeah, I loved it. 6, I would have to say. We had an NES console
Mm-hmm.
that my mom and I would play.
Excellent. Scott, what about you?
All right, so the first game that I ever actually played was Chips Challenge on Windows 3.1.
Ah,
Yeah.
Keyframe.
The
A
first-
PC gamer from the beginning.
That's right, and then I abandoned the concept later on.
Yeah. Because
My-
PC gaming
my
had a
parents-
period where it was like...
Yeah, my parents actually did not want me to have video games when I grew up.
Oh.
So they were like, eventually they relented when I was about 7 years old. They said, okay, you can have video games, but we're not buying them. You have to save up your money and get them yourself. And I was like, oh, all right. So I saved up a lot of money for my allowance for like the next couple of months. And I ended up purchasing a purple Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red version at Costco for $100.
I-
Came with the official strategy guide.
I had a purple Game Boy too.
Me too.
I still have
Yeah?
it. I still,
Yeah.
I still play it every once in a while.
I
yellow
didn't,
one
but
now.
I love all of you.
It was one of the, it was one of the see-through ones. So that was the very first video game that I ever bought, and it was the best. It was so good. And then I eventually bought Jungle Green N64, and they just spiraled out of control from there.
Steph, do you remember your first gaming experience?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was the Nintendo 64, and I had 3 games, and I had a purple see-through controller, and my first game was Banjo-Kazooie, and then my second one was Pokemon Snap, and the third one was Wheel of Fortune.
Banjo-Kazooie.
They need to release.
Do you remember yours by any chance, Liz?
Yes.
Cause
Actually,
kids-
my very first memory in my entire life was standing up in my crib and watching my brother and sister play ColecoVision.
Yeah!
The best.
So my first actual game was, I don't know how old I was, old enough to hold a controller.
You were crib status.
Was Mr. Do on the ColecoVision.
Mr. Do.
Yes,
Mr.
Mr. Do.
That sounds dirty.
It's great.
But the first game that I actually completed that had a plot was Final Fantasy IV, and of course then it was 2. So I would have been probably about 6 when I did that.
Cool.
Catman 1900, that was not Fire Red. That was the original red version for Game Boy.
Yeah.
Get the phone.
I never played Fire Red, and I never will. My red version is perfectly fine the way
Yep.
it is.
My first game was back. We had a Super Nintendo inside the household. I have a picture of my cousins playing it on Christmas, and I wasn't 1. No, I couldn't have been. I could have been 1. Yeah, 1. I was 1. But I didn't play the NES, or the Super NES until I was 4, and I played Super Mario World for the first time, and I followed up with games like Donkey Kong Country. And eventually I stole my sister's Game Boy, played Link's Awakening, and then I was like, Zelda? Zelda? and
I might invest my life in this.
once my parents realized that I liked Zelda, they got me a Game Boy Color. I had, the Oracle games. I got Ocarina of Time on the N64 when the N64 came out. Because my parents were like, okay, this kid likes Zelda. He can't stop shouting her name. So,
Oh, man. Ocarina of Time.
yeah, his name, the guy in the green tights, Zelda, yeah. The
Ocarina
green
of Time is
tights.
so good.
He's Peter Pan. All right. We have another question here from Jim. Well, the question's not from Jim, but he's going to read it.
Oh, I am? Okay. Toon Wolf Link asks, how do you think Microsoft is reacting to their position in the console war?
Ooh.
There's a console one.
Well, yeah. Well, which console sells the most?
And it's pretty much between PS4 and
Well, PS4 probably is going to win.
Xbox One.
Well, yeah.
So.
Yeah, but right now,
PS4 is
Xbox
winning.
One is not doing very well. I mean, it's
their,
doing
their sales are better.
Yeah,
than-
it's doing decently enough. I mean, but it's not.
It's nowhere near.
And they're thinking of ending their consoles outright.
Yeah.
So it's like
They've had their board meetings and everything like that. Sony's constantly sold out everywhere, and you see Xbox Ones everywhere you're at. So there's a clear sign right there that Xbox is doing it wrong. They've been doing it wrong since E3, since they've announced it. They put too
they didn't
much-
been wrong before. E3.
Oh, yeah, like they're
Yeah.
just
I
been.
think they're just trying to do too much now.
Well, they tried to monopolize everything because PlayStation was going to do that, and then they're like, nope, that was a bad idea to even think about it. Let's do it this way, and they've been doing it right. So,
That's how
and then the Wii U's just there, like,
Well-
hey,
Personally, so Andy, how do you react
I'm
to this?
an
Like,
option.
like if how do you feel about Microsoft right now? Like, do you think that despite them like changing how they did their Xbox 180, how do you feel that like with their direction now?
I laugh at Microsoft's gaming consoles.
So yeah, you still have like it doesn't matter what they're doing at this point. Like you're kind of like just like writing them off.
In my opinion, the only thing good that ever came out of Microsoft gaming consoles is the Halo series.
yeah, that's
Yes.
the only reason people like it's great.
That's
but-
the
And
only
if-
reason I ever bought an Xbox.
If they
in
would
the first
release,
That's-
the
that's-
games past Halo 2 on the PC, I'd be a very happy person.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't.
Right,
That's what
because that's what selling
Yeah,
consoles.
Destiny's coming into
Yep.
place.
for I don't know.
So people complain about Nintendo like not releasing enough first party games. You have to realize Nintendo's released Mario, they've released Zelda, they've released Donkey Kong, they've released Pikmin, and those are like those names that click with you when you think Nintendo. And they released Pokemon,
Yeah.
and so when you think about Xbox, like around the table we're hearing Xbox. I'm sure or Halo. I'm sure there's other games. Gears of War is that Xbox?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great selection.
those
Gears is
are only
Xbox
two.
Online.
Like we
Didn't
don't have
they do a
enough names,
multi-plat release at
unfortunately.
for one of them?
It's been only Microsoft.
I played the original Gears of War. It was very average.
Like Gears of War's fun. It's just
It's just it's like any other cover.
But everyone's
shooter.
favorite game for Xbox is going to be the Call of Duty series. Like that's one of their.
Well, Call of Duty
and
is
it's not
own.
even
It's not
just-
exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Is like they're going to buy it because
Like we don't mean to like just like outright hate on Xbox, but I mean it's
Xbox 360 is
It's hard
good
not
for
to.
The
you.
only
That's
yeah.
the only reason I ever got into there's a couple reasons. I started out as a Nintendo person, and of course I loved the N64, loved the GameCube, and then Nintendo around the time that I was 13 was no longer cool. So I moved. Halo was really fun, so I got an Xbox, and the only reason I got the Xbox was because of Halo. And the only reason I got an Xbox 360 was because I wanted to do Xbox Live with Halo 3. And yeah, those are the only reasons that I had them. I think that Xbox Live started a terrible trend in the industry, and I think that I really hope that Microsoft gets out of the console business. If the way that I would like it to happen is Microsoft drops out, what Sony's doing with the PS4, focusing really hard on pleasing their target demographic and focusing on the games and stuff like that, sets a trend. And then whenever Nintendo moves on to their next console, they give us the true successor to the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah. Either Nintendo really needs to. They would need to step. Like yeah. I think it's gonna be it's really funny. It's gonna be a great thing that happens. Like when the PS as we go through the PS4, if we see Microsoft somehow drop out. You know, it's been very traditional. There's always been 3 gaming companies. There was Nintendo, Sega, and Sony back in the day. Back in before that,
It's going to be the Steam box would
Dude,
come in.
yeah,
all
I
that.
well, people are thinking Steambox, but is that really what's going to
It's
happen?
just,
People are saying the Ouya was going to be the
I never thought
I
that.
never-
No,
There's no way.
There were legit people who were like, "Ouya is going to be so cool." Nobody likes it. Is Amazon going to step in? Is Apple going to step in? Who's going to step in for that third position? Is it going to be
It
anybody?
might just be mobile gaming.
Or is it going to be PlayStation and Nintendo finally getting off their butts and really making a powerful console that like the Western developers are drawn to?
Oh
Like
yeah.
they're like sure they can get all the Japanese developers over in Asia, but they're not getting the Western developers. So
No, I don't see the Wii U being a
We need
true
a common
successor
game
to the GameCube. I
think the Wii is-
I like the Wii U.
I love the Wii U.
I like it.
And the
It's
Wii,
not a
I
true
love-
successor to the GameCube.
But
the
I-
GameCube was just
yeah.
a pure game machine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
GameCube
gimmicks
was
about it.
perfect.
It was just, here is your upgraded N64. Please have fun.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's pretty much what it was.
See, and during that time, I was PlayStation. Like PlayStation 2 is fantastic. They just
It's
stopped.
still one of the
They
best
just stopped
selling consoles
releasing
of all
games
time.
for it.
Yeah, last year.
This past year, I'm
Yeah.
like, holy cow, this system was that influential and still did that fantastic. So like, you guys have been Nintendo fans. I am a Nintendo fan, but Sony is. I feel Sony's going to be around for a lot
absolutely.
longer.
What Sony's done with the PS4 is just absolutely fantastic.
They stuck with the
Yeah.
whole Blu-ray system, like the Blu-ray disc. What they did with the 3, like, has been the best. Xbox 360 stuck with traditional discs and like 8 discs just to play one game. Like, it's true. Like Final Fantasy was a multi-disc game where Blu-ray, PS3 had one disc.
Yeah.
So Sony's
Yeah.
gonna be around forever
I
with
think
their
like
innovations.
the Xbox One, I think a lot of people were very critical of it all throughout. I mean, people still are, but I think like once they released, a lot of people went out and bought it. And what I've seen, like especially being in a dorm right now, I see like a lot of people that are very much so. They're like, well, all my friends have an Xbox One, so I'm
They
gonna
can't
get
be
it
my
because.
friends anymore.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I agree.
If you buy an
Um,
Xbox One, I question your sanity.
Yeah, but like I've seen a lot of people that like since their friends got it, they got it because they're like, well, if I got a PS4, I can't play any games with them. So like I think it definitely depends on like location and area. Like you said, like the Nintendo wasn't cool when you like turned like 13 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
See, when I got that old, all my friends were like, Super Smash Bros. This is the best thing ever, and like we just continued that way like up until now, you know, because our group of friends. So I think it's definitely. I'd actually be interested in seeing like a map of where like Xbox is stronger and like where the Xboxes are, where the like
More
PS3s
demographic
are.
details.
Yeah. I'd be really interested in seeing that because
Like maybe here on the East Coast, maybe Nintendo's stronger. Maybe over on the West Coast, we're seeing Xbox.
I think that'd be really interesting.
And the Midwest has PS4, and it's just like a beautiful color map. It goes,
Red, white, and blue.
blue, green, or actually it'd be green, blue, white.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know.
maybe that light
The only
shade
reason
gray.
Xbox is doing
Oh,
well right
yes.
now is
I
'cause they
have,
pump
I
their
have a
systems
story.
out
If you want to
faster.
talk
They're not
demographic,
being
this
smart.
might come off a little mean. But when I was in high school and the popular guys
Right.
were having Xbox parties.
Right.
And
Ooh.
my group of friends, the geeks and nerds and kind of rejects, were having Smash Brothers parties.
Right.
And
yeah, Smash
LAN
Bros.
parties.
Want to play Smash? Let's play Smash.
We
Smash
were
right
we
now.
were doing Smash and having computer LAN parties.
Right.
Oh, LAN was.
I
my
miss
thing.
LAN parties.
Oh.
The last one I went to was in
I still do one.
Do people still do
2000,
them?
2005. It was a 16-player original Xbox Halo Blood Gulch Capture the Flag tournament.
Do people still LAN? Anybody?
That was-
No?
That was a fun
Internet.
time.
Is it dead?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the internet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, LAN
you can have all
parties
your
is-
friends that are bringing over their PCs, but you're always going to connect to the internet.
Yeah, like, it still
Online
exists.
multiplayer.
But yeah, there is that sort of component to it. It does matter what crowd you run with, I think, sometimes
Yeah, I
as
agree.
well.
All right, we do need to move on. So would you like to transition us and give the people some details?
Sure.
Mr. Scott?
Well, that actually is our last question. So please submit questions to temporarypodcast@gmail.com with the subject line viewer question.
Alright, and now it is trivia time.
My turn.
MC's turning off the chat. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
You're still there, we just can't see you.
Nope,
Steph's
they
gonna ask
disappear.
the questions that you sent in,
And I'm going to win.
we're gonna have fun.
And I will
Yeah,
win.
and
No way.
MC,
No.
like if you win,
we're gonna
this
watch
is-
MC win.
This is like the third time in
I'm
a row.
gonna beat him. I'm gonna guess.
All right.
We got looking.
When I wrote down this question, I didn't really know what the answer was. But when I wrote down the answer, it made me giggle.
Okay.
What is the name of the final boss
Garen's
in
ready.
Metroid Prime?
Ding! Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was like, was that supposed to be a troll question or is that like real? Okay. What is the name of the Banjo-Kazooie racing for the Game Boy Advance?
No idea.
Banjo Kazooie Mobile.
Banjo-Kazooie Pilot?
Banjo Pilot.
Yeah.
Scott, you can
Banjo-Pilot.
take the point. Oh, hold up your point, by the
What
way.
are your points?
Hey, have you guys noticed by now that I'm very much a Banjo-Kazooie person?
All right.
I want Conker's
I
Bad
will
Fur
give
Day
you
too.
a
I've never
hint
played
to the next
Banjo-Kazooie.
question.
Oh, a hint.
I have mentioned it earlier.
Oh!
What is the most sold game of all time?
Ding, Tetris.
Yeah.
People
All right. What is the first? Wait, the first D-pad was created for a Nintendo game. Which ones?
What was that?
The first D-pad was created for a Nintendo game, and then it's like which game?
Which game used the D-pad?
Yeah, games. There's two.
Super Mario
Hey,
World.
It's just like a weird question.
I can guess the answer.
But what, the first Nintendo games used a D-pad?
Like, I think it's missing. I think it's about an arcade game, maybe like Donkey
Yes.
Kong.
I'll say
Donkey
Donkey Kong and
Kong?
Mario.
Watch. It
Donkey
says
Kong
watch
Jr.
port of Donkey Kong, and the
Yeah,
game.
I was gonna say
The
No,
game?
The game.
the Game and Watch.
yeah,
that's
Donkey
what I
Kong.
thought.
So
Right.
okay.
I'll take the point. I'll give her the point. Okay, fine.
I'll just take the
How
point.
humble.
All right. How many gold? Oh God. Scutula? Scutula?
Skulltula.
Skulltula.
Do you have?
100.
Skull
Oh, wait, no, it's a better question. Keep going. Sorry, I love you.
You had it right.
It's
What was it,
100?
100?
It's 100.
Yeah.
Do you have to collect
Get that
to get
big.
the orange ruby from the father in Zelda Ocarina of
100.
100.
Jeez.
Well, that's not fair. It's a
Oh, well,
question.
This is all the questions, sorry.
What was Mario originally called?
Jumpman.
No.
Yes.
Not in this answer.
Popeye.
Mr. Video.
No.
What's
It was Jumpman.
It was Jumpman.
Well, you who asked that question, you're
I'm
wrong.
taking my Jumpman answer.
Jump.
What was the first gaming system?
The Commodore 64.
The Atari.
Commodore
You got
64.
it. You got it.
I'll take your point then.
I
Fine.
knew that because it's one of
Whoa!
the it's the top
I'm
selling
rooting for
thing
Brett.
ever. Computer.
What video game console has the highest number of video game console sales of all time?
Nintendo 64. No, Game Boy
PlayStation-
Color.
no, it's
Game
a
Boy.
PlayStation.
PlayStation
PlayStation 2.
GameCube.
It's the PlayStation 2.
That was
I
was
think
pretty.
he said it first.
Well, we both said PlayStation.
I'll
We'll
give it
both take the point.
take the point.
We'll both take
I
the
have a
point.
Nintendo track mine. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Nintendo.
It's a PlayStation 2.
Zelda.
I know it's
Zelda.
the PlayStation 2 and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's one
They
of
have
the
the most
best-selling
games.
electronic devices of all time.
Mhm.
All right.
It's pretty ridiculous.
What is the first known video game?
Oh!
known video
How
game.
do you
Oh!
define video
I
game?
doubt any of you will
It's
get this.
It's definitely not Pong.
Yeah, no, it goes back before that. It's the black. It's like a black
Well,
box. The
if-
black box.
If you really want to get technical,
They made
there were
it was like a
computers
super
that
expensive
ran-
arcade game that never got any.
No,
No.
she's gonna say it. I'm gonna know what it is.
Typing game.
Snake.
What is it?
It's a missile game played with
No.
a cathode ray tube made in 1947.
I was about to bring up
Oh
some of
yeah,
that stuff.
some light
No,
particles.
there were attempts to create card games out of punch card computers and stuff like that. And
Cathode ray tube.
Too much for me.
Too much for me. Who is
That's
the
so
only
hipster.
character in the Pokemon games to have the trainer class boss?
Giovanni.
Yes.
Big question.
And that is my game. I think I'm C1 again.
We're in second.
2 points.
And
But
you
hey,
two
at
are
least
in
I scored
second.
this
Jim,
time.
would you like to tell us more about how to
I got better
questions?
Yay. If you have your trivia questions for next episode, email them to temporarypodcast@gmail.com with the subject line trivia.
Yay!
I'm so quick.
I'm gonna say just to irk MC. Transition. Thanks everyone for watching. Follow us on Twitter. We are King Bacon.
Lizardo.
Campy DK.
The Jaren.
Shoop631.
Great Scott LP.
The purple staff.
Super MC Gamer. And this week's song that we're going to be listening to is The DK on Its Wing, as performed by the Tetramino video game band, the great people on YouTube. So give them a follow. Much love. We will see you next week, my friends.
Bye!